To Heaven to Hate. Chapter 3. Trying and failing to convince my heart to stop beating hard against my rib, I walk down the hall to my first class. Hesitating at the door, I hold in a deep breath in a last attempt to quiet my nerves. Then I open the door and step inside. I look around the room full of students and my gaze locks with Nico's. His gaze lingers on mine, a smile playing over his lips. I clear my throat and quickly look away before I walk to the front of the class and sling my bag on the desk. Class rushes by in a blur of hushed voices. I try as much as possible to ignore Nico, though I can practically feel the awkward tension in the air between us. When I ask a question, he raises his hand to answer, but I ignore him and pick someone else. This goes on until the end of class. I can see the frustration in his eyes. The moment I dismiss the class, I gather my things and leave the classroom for my office. I don't have another class until late in the afternoon, so I sit in my office to grade assignments for one of my classes. 2 hours later, a knock sounds on my office door. "Come in," I say without even looking up. "Mrs. K," a familiar voice says. I look up. "Nico, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be in class?" "I am done with all my classes for the day, so I thought I should bring you lunch," he says, placing a pack of food on the table. "Why are you buying me lunch?" He rolls his eyes. Should we be going back and forth on the same thing? "Haven't I told you how much I like you already, Mrs. K?" "I love that you call me Mrs. K. It means that you are aware that I am a married woman," I say, flaunting my ring in his face. "What sort of games are you trying to play? I am your lecturer and this is against everything I've come to stand for, so stop it already." He doesn't respond but instead intently stares at me, his eyes devouring me in a way that sends shivers down my back. I don't know what's with this boy, but each time he looks at me, I lose my mind. "Don't look at me like that," I say, in a low voice. "Like what?" he teases. "Just don't look at me, Nico. You should leave my office before anyone comes in." "But we aren't doing anything wrong, Mrs. K, or are you having dirty thoughts about me?" I swallow hard. "Excuse me." "I love your mouth." "Huh." "Each time you talk, I can hardly concentrate on what you are saying because I keep staring at your lips and wondering how they would look wrapped around me." He winks and it takes a minute for me to get what he just meant. "OMG, Nico, you shouldn't be saying such things to me. Do you realize there are like over 2 decades that sit between us? And who cares? Age is just a number." "I care. I am a married woman and I am no match to that old man. I can make you feel amazing things. Leave." He walks up to me and kneels in front of me, then he traces my lips with his forefinger and I feel a familiar heat go through my body. Before I can process what is happening, his lips are on mine. The kiss starts slow but quickly turns heated, intense, passionate. His hand quickly moves from my lap to rest on my bare thigh. "Nico. No, this isn't a good idea," I breathe. Ignoring me, he slides his hand up, moving my dress out of the way. "Nico," I whimper. "I know I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't allow this boy to violate me in this manner. This goes against everything I believe in. It won't even be good for my career if word were to get around that I am making out with my student. Someone who is 25 years younger than I am. He is almost my daughter's age and..." When he slides a finger inside of me, I gasp and thrust my body back towards him. He kisses me hard as his fingers fill me up. I moan, welcoming him. Lord, I haven't been touched in this manner in years. My fingers and toys are no match to Nico's. He knows what he is doing. OMG. Someone is going to walk in. I am going to get fired. He chuckles. "Nico, please, I'm about to." "Shish." He works fingers inside of me until I'm a thrashing mess. I am so close when he pulls his fingers free of my lady parts. "What?" I stare up at him. I was so close, but I am not about to say that to him. He is such a bastard. He smirks, sticking his thumb into his mouth, sucking away my wetness away. He winks at me and then walks out of the room, closing the door behind his back. Bastard, I yell, throwing a book against the wall. How dare he start something and fail to finish it? I was so close. God. My phone rings. I take a deep breath before answering. Baby girl. Hey pet. Long time no see. Who is keeping you busy? Can we go for a run this evening? Girl, I wish I could, but Dee and I are scheduled to head out for dinner. Okay. But I have gist, so let's meet tomorrow morning. Gist. You know I live for gist, tell me about it. Not now, pet. I will tell you about it in the morning, patience. Now I won't be able to sleep. Oh please. I will see you tomorrow, I need to have lunch and prepare for my next class soon. All right, girl. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Elab. The August girl. Hi, Biscuit.